City of Stevens Point Finance Committee meeting, recorded May 8, 2023.
I'd like to call the Finance Committee meeting to order at 6:06 p.m. Roll call. Carrie, roll call, please.
Christensen,
Here.
Morrow,
Here.
Shore,
Here.
Zarazua,
Here.
Shuda.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. First on the agenda after our roll call will be an informational update on the shared revenue increase that's currently proposed in the state legislature. Corey, would you like to update us, please?
Sure. So I included a memo in your packet as well. What's been proposed by the state legislature right now is an increase of $606,000 for the city of Stevens Point. So certainly that'll help. To put it in perspective, that equals about 2.24% of our operating budget. So certainly it's a significant boost, but as always, it's not going to go as far as we would like it to. And then we also have started having internal conversations over how this money could be utilized, and the item that is coming to the top right now is the issue of wages and compensation and making sure that we're competitive. So more to come on that, but that's just some of the internal discussion that's been had so far.
Okay. Any questions? All right. We're looking forward to further updates on that as the legislature moves ahead in their infinite wisdom. So, discussion and possible action. Item number 3, designation of an official newspaper for the city publications.
Yes, so we received 2 bids, one from the Stevens Point Gazette, it's formerly the Portage County Gazette, and one from the Stevens Point Journal. They were very competitive. However, we've identified the Stevens Point Gazette to be the low bidder, so would recommend awarding the official newspaper to the Stevens Point Gazette.
Okay. Motion to, at least so we can move ahead with discussion, would be in order.
I'll make a motion that we concur with Corey.
Okay.
I second.
And a motion by Shuda, a second by Morrow. Discussion. Seems pretty straightforward.
I know we've talked years about, because everything's online now, as opposed to having a print edition, but I know from what we've talked about in the past, we can't go with an online
Right.
publication, even though that's where most news is going now.
Yep. And according to state statutes, you are required to do it by print. So, yep, that would be correct. Any other comments? Otherwise, we'll take a roll call. It's a financial issue.
Christensen,
Aye.
Shuda,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zarazua.
Great. Then our next item on the agenda, as I pop back up, is the approval of the lease with the Boys and Girls Club of Portage County for space at 933 Michigan Avenue.
Yes.
Corey, you wanna
Sure.
share
So
with us?
as we've discussed over the past couple of months, we've been working with the Boys and Girls Club for a lease of space in this building. And based on feedback from the council and also from the Boys and Girls Club, the main change is that we've reduced the rental rate to be in line with the cost of utilities in terms of their proportional cost of the utilities in this building.
Motion to approve would be in order, so we can begin discussion.
I'll move approval of the new lease.
Okay. Moved by Shore and Zarazua with the second. Comments? Thoughts?
Thanks again for the work that went into this. It had some delicacy to it, and I'm glad that a solution was found that everybody's happy with.
Okay. Anyone else on the committee? I did have a chance to discuss it briefly with Chief Cuso last week, and I know he was glad about having a regular amount each month to be able to budget and plan for. So I think that move is probably a very good one, and he was supportive of this as well. So with that motion second, I guess we're ready for a vote. If we could, once again, go down the line.
Christensen,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zerzua, Shudo.
Aye.
Okay. Item number 5, authorization to submit a planning and demonstration grant application for Safe Streets and Roads for All. I think Director Kuhn's going to be, or not director, not yet, no, yeah. Adam. Anyway.
Digging yourself a pretty big hole there, Alder Christensen.
Okay, wishful thinking.
I thought we already had that.
Adam, could you please enlighten us?
I thought
Yeah,
we
so
already had the personnel meeting there, Mark.
So the report in the agenda packet kind of summarizes it in pretty good detail. Just some spark notes. Essentially, the purpose of this grant is to conduct a countywide transportation audit, essentially looking at our existing transportation network and seeing is there any means of improvement in terms of safety, accessibility for all road users, bicyclists, pedestrians, motorists, public transit, et cetera. The packet outlines really the next steps should we be awarded this federal grant, really creating or emulating the process of that of the 2014 Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan, as far as the creation of 2 subcommittees to essentially do a lot of the meat of the planning process over the next year and a half that'll take. Last thing I'll note is that we are in the middle of approvals. Village of Whiting, Village of Park Ridge, that is, and Village of Plover did approve the measure. We do have Village of Whiting coming up tomorrow, and then the county over the next couple weeks. But be happy to take any questions that folks may have.
Any questions? Anyone on the committee? Okay, then a motion to approve applying for that grant would be in order.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Shore,
Second.
second by Shuda.
Christensen,
Aye?
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zerzua, Shudo.
Aye.
Great. All right. Thank you, Mr. Kuhn. Let's see what else. Back up to 2. We have the request from the Department of Public Works for a capital reallocation related to the West Zinda Bridge project. Director Badoon, please enlighten us.
Good evening. As I outlined in the memo there, we recently had a conversation with WSDOT representation, and as part of a number of concerns that they had related to physical things that no one can really control that have delayed several projects recently within the region, as well as just like everyone else, the staffing issues they're having. They have turnover, so they have newer staff. They don't have an adequate number of staff. So just the involvement that WSDOT has within these projects is concerning. Say that if we get started earlier, we'll have more opportunities. So if there are delays, say specifically caused by WSDOT, we're not going to miss our opportunity for funding at the end. So, because if we're not ready to bid on time, we don't get the money. And our let is that would be next year in November. So the PS&Es, which is the plan specifications and estimates, are due August 1, while AECom feels that we could get started with that and finish up. It's a relatively small project. It's really a WSDOT concern as far as making sure we meet that. So they just asked if it was possible to start earlier. So I thought I would at least make that request, looking around to see how we did in bidding, and there was money there. So I thought that would otherwise be an appropriate place potentially to reallocate those funds there to get this project moving sooner.
Okay. Any questions from the committee?
No.
Seems pretty straightforward. Once again, a motion to approve would be in order.
I'll make that motion that we.
I second.
Moved by Shuda, second by Morrow.
Christensen,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zerzua, Shudo.
Aye.
Perfect. And then item number 7, a consideration of a claim, William Beaversdorf, vehicle damage due to parking.
I think one of the problems that Ryan's having is that I know that the internet is very weak to non-existent.
We're fine. I think we're okay.
Okay.
I would just keep going. There's no reason to stop the meeting.
But I know you were trying to click through, so is this?
Yep, nope, you're good. I'll figure it out, maybe.
So Corey, do you have any background information on this claim?
Yes, so the claim is related to an individual who went to Mead Park, parked his vehicle, parked right up to the parking block that'll stop your vehicle, and when he backed out, there was a piece of metal protruding from the parking block, and as he reversed, it took off his front bumper, so we got a claim from his insurance company for the damages. We submitted it to our insurance company, and they have recommended denial.
Okay. Questions?
Is the claimant here?
I don't know. Is the claimant in the audience? Do we have anybody, either the claimant or anyone representing him?
Okay.
Okay, I guess not.
I'm just wondering, what was the amount?
Oh,
It wasn't filled in on the claim.
yeah, the amount was $3,300.
Okay. What's the committee's wishes?
Move to accept the rejection from the insurance.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept the recommendation of rejection. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Shore. Original motion by Morrow.
Christensen,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Shudo.
And number 8, the consideration of a claim, another vehicle damage, this one due to a pothole. Sheila Beely. Is the complainant, do we have information? Well, let's first hear from Corey.
Sure. So the claim was related to striking a pothole and popping a tire. We did submit the claim to our insurance company as always, and they recommended denial based on us not having liability for pothole claims.
And that has basically been past practice as well.
Correct.
What's the committee's wishes?
I'll move that we reject it.
Okay, a motion by Shore to reject the claim. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Morrow. Does the claimant happen to be in the audience? All right, any other comments by the committee? If not, we're ready for a vote.
Christensen,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Shudo.
Aye.
Okay, then our final item before adjournment would be approval of claims that have already been paid. It's a long, lengthy list. I'm sure you have all researched each one in great detail. Are there any, and on something like this, just a reminder to the committee too, if you do have questions on an individual item, it's always best to call ahead of time. There are a number of things there and would give staff an opportunity to take a look at it and answer any questions you may have. Corey, anything unusual that you would like to highlight?
Nothing unusual. Like always, we do include the first report that has anything 50,000 or more. So it's always good to take a look at that list so you can see some of our larger capital projects. You can see a development incentive that was paid. So that I think is something that's handy for the committee to have to review.
A quick look, yep, much appreciated. Okay. Any other items?
Motion to approve. Yeah,
Motion to approve by Morrow,
Second.
second by Shuda. Roll call.
Christensen,
Aye.
Morrow,
Aye.
Shore,
Aye.
Zarazua,
Aye.
Shudo.
Aye.
And with that exhausts our agenda, and we shall adjourn at 6:21.
video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.